So on the day of surgery, it was a bit nerve-wracking because I've never had surgery before, and I guess you have a little moment where you think, "Ooh, I'm going to have some surgery today." But so I arrived here. You have to fast in the morning, so I got up super early and had my breakfast at 5 o'clock. And actually, the fasting was probably the worst part of the whole day, in truth, because I get hangry and I get a bit confused when my blood sugar's low. So that was probably the worst thing about it. But when I got here, it was all very efficient. The nurses came in and checked all the stuff they needed to do, blood pressure, etc. Then the anaesthetist came, who was very lovely, checked that I was getting home in an appropriate and safe way. And then Daniel came in and we talked about what was going to happen and the surgery itself. So I was then wheeled down to the operating area. I had a sedative, and that was pretty much all I remember really until waking up, on the day. And I could see straight after the surgery, real improvement. It was like night and day. I couldn't believe it. The search to find a surgeon was pretty extensive from my point of view. I went through a lot of real self-reviews. I looked at lots of kind of before and afters, looked at work, and consulted the Tatler Good Surgeons Guide. And it was really important to me that the surgeon that I saw was a specialist, because obviously you don't want to muck up your eyes of all the things that you would do. So looking at kind of reputation of loads of different surgeons and providers, it was probably quite an easy choice actually, and other people that I knew had also kind of had Daniel recommended. So finding a surgeon was actually the fairly easy part. But I think I came for my first consultation in perhaps February or March, which was a couple of months before the surgery, and we talked about kind of what I wanted to achieve, what the major problems were. And so we spent perhaps 45 minutes in the first consultation kind of talking through, what the problems were, where the issues were, and having my eyes checked to make sure there were no kind of underlying problems as well. We talked about the genetics, the lovely lucky genetics that I'd been handed, and where my saggy eyelids had come from. But overall, the consultation process was really painless. As I said, 45 minutes, and really felt kind of well listened to. So the office staff were super supportive, very friendly and personable. I actually had fantastic communications. I didn't have to think about anything. The paperwork just came through and the email updates. In terms of recovery, I had done a lot of research, and you read online, and I'd spoken to some people who'd had the surgery, and they'd all given me kind of, I think, quite varied views from, oh, it's awful, you'll look like you've been in a boxing match, to actually it's really quick and painless. So Daniel was very reassuring about the fact that the recovery would be fairly painless, all being well. And actually it was. So there was no pain. There was perhaps a bit of itching over the next few days as the stitches were kind of healing, and I guess the sutures were a bit itchy. The first day I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't really got any bruising, this is all easy. And then by day 4, it was quite black. Not so much actually here, but where the sutures were, but actually more kind of where the tear trough filler had been, so that was quite bruised. By the 5th day it was fine. I was kind of up and about and had concealer on the under eyes, and it was actually fine. So the recovery was fine. It wasn't painful. It didn't stop me sleeping, but yeah, there was just a bit of itching and a bit of bruising. But within, I'd say, a week that had gone. And swelling wise, it was very localised, so very much here. There wasn't anything kind of in the rest of the face. So that was less bad than I expected. Based on what I'd read, I'd expected to be kind of more swollen and more bruised than I actually was. From a safety point of view, I think it was really clear that everyone was sort of, very assiduous, so from the staff to the anaesthetist, about how I was getting home, and I was really impressed by the nurses as well. They kind of really made clear, and Mr. Ezra, what was going to happen at every stage. So yeah, safety was definitely, something that I felt was paramount. I'm ecstatic with my results. I think 2 hours after surgery I was sending pictures to my family, and they were very surprised and shocked by the fact they could see the difference straight away. I feel 10 years younger. I've told everyone about it. But yeah, just really happy. I just feel fresher and brighter, and equally, it's not, I don't look done, I hope. It's just been a fairly subtle change. But when I look now at the kind of before and after pictures, I'm really surprised by what a big change it's been. And I couldn't have made that bigger change to the aging of my face any other way, I think. So, having thought about it for a good couple of years, I think it was, money and time and effort really well spent. I was absolutely thrilled. So overall, I think in terms of the overall experience, obviously recovery was a bit of a drag from an itching and, not being at work point of view. But overall, I mean, Mr. Ezra was amazing. The results were amazing. I've told several friends about it. Would I do it again? Absolutely. I'd do it in a heartbeat. So yeah, it was a fantastic experience. I would recommend Daniel to anyone. He was very kind and supportive throughout, and the results speak for themselves. So yeah, I would recommend it.